Where does acting come in? At what point did you go, maybe I want to do that?
It's only recently that I'm going, I think I'm actually going to be an actor.
We have a drink for you.
Oh my God.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
You asked for a cappuccino, right?
Zoom, zoom.
There we go. There we go. I am so excited because this is the first drink in person that I've done in a year and a half. So cheers to that.
Cheers to that, yeah.
All right, so the drink is always about how you got to where you are. You're on Broadway again with To Kill a Mockingbird. You've got a show on Showtime right now, American Rust. How did you become Jeff Daniels?
It took 45 years. I never felt that I had kind of reached a plateau that I wanted to get to until Newsroom. That was, I'm going to say 55, 56, something like that. I'm 66 now. And that's not how they draw it up in Star School.
It's not supposed to take that long.
You're supposed to peak at about 35.
Right. And then go down.
Yes.
You haven't done that.
And then it's plastic surgery so that you can still look like you did when you were in those action movies.
Right.
You know, and none of us believe you because it's all, you know.
You don't look like you've done all that.
No, I'm from the De Niro school.
Yeah.
This is what I look like at 66. I hope it's good enough. If it's not, then at least I look real. So anyway, I put everything on me in Newsroom. And I remember doing the Northwestern speech in that first episode. And they want to see if they've got a Will McAvoy and if they have a show. I knew all of that was on the table.
There is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports.
I remember the speech.
And to succeed in moments like that, are you big enough for the moment? Can you hit the home run?
Can you be in the zone
to do it? Can you get the hit in the 9th inning or not? I knew I had to hit it. And so you have to work 3 times harder than any other actor would have worked on that. You have to outwork everyone.
That's what you've done your whole career.
Yes, and Newsroom taught me that. You know, a lot of actors do, but a lot of actors go, oh, what? I just don't quite know it yet. You have to know it backwards, and that's work. You can be good, and you can settle for good. But if you want to be great, you have to outwork all those people who are okay with just being good.
I want to go back in time a little bit because you mentioned you're from Michigan. Please have some cappuccino. You're from Michigan. Everybody knows that.
It's a big part of the show, the actual drinking, isn't
yes,
it?
it is. That's why it's called the drink.
That's good. That's good.
You're from Michigan. You grew up in Michigan. Where does acting come in? At what point did you go, maybe I want to do that?
It's only recently that I'm going, I think I'm actually going to be an actor. Really, it was always something that you should do. You're really good at this.
Who said that?
First, it was a 6th grade choir teacher who, to kill a Friday afternoon, instead of singing whatever, let's just do skits. And she goes, Jeff, you're a politician who's giving a speech and your pants are falling down. Go ahead. You know, I'm a 6th grader. Apparently, I turned it into 5 minutes. The class was cracking up.
And
she
the teacher
went to my
said,
parents and she said, watch this one. There's something going on. And then she later did high school musicals. Yeah. And as soon as I came through, she goes, Jeff! I'm going, oh, get in here. South Pacific auditions. And I kept succeeding enough to go to the next step.
It almost sounds like you've always been waiting for someone to say you're not good enough. Like,
sure, it's the business.
Yeah.
It's the business. You know, I remember talking to my agent going, what about such and such an actor? He might be good, but no, he's over. I'm sorry? He's over. I mean, you could be over on Tuesday and just no one told you. And that's one of the reasons that we moved back to Michigan was, well, when it's over, we'll already be home. I mean, it's that Midwestern thing of I'll decide what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it.
So you moved back to Michigan, You must have been, what, in your
Cappuccino's
20s?
kicking in, by the way.
Is it kicking in? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Get your energy up. That was a little bit Dumb and Dumber right there.
Was it?
A little.
Yeah.
How many people told you not to do the movie Dumb and Dumber?
The night before I flew out to actually get into wardrobe and stuff, 3 agents got on the phone and said, we're going to stop this. You're not going to do this movie. You're a serious actor, and that's the path we have you on. And I'm going, well, it's not going so well, and I want to work with Jim Carrey, and I can do comedy. With all due respect, Jeff, he's going to blow you off the screen.
These are your agents?
Yeah. And they weren't, you know, they weren't wrong. They were trying to protect me, and they didn't know. But I did. I knew that I could bounce off Jim. Let Jim Carrey be Jim. Let him lead. He's going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And you want Jim Carrey to be Jim Carrey. And then, but let him jerk your leash. So you're on a half-second delay. You're the follower.
Yeah.
And so when Lloyd goes, Harry, you know, it's that half-second delay. So, but I knew that. I said, thanks for the support, but I'm going to gamble. I'm going to go. And it was a great career move and a great chance to work with a comedic genius, I might add.
When I looked back at all your films, you've been all over the place. You've tried things. Are you trying things to push yourself? Are you trying?
You're trying to fail. You're
fail.
risking failure. You got to risk something to get to the next level. And whether it's walking out with, you know, on To Kill a Mockingbird with the ghost of Gregory Peck and taking that on, standing next to a comedic genius like Jim Carrey, you got to risk something.
Now you're back on Broadway. You had this weird COVID shutdown, and now you're back doing it again. What did all of that feel like? Shutting down and then coming back?
Well, the pandemic thing, I turned 65 during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. It was like retirement, except there's no gold watch. They literally pull the plug and they go, thanks for coming, what a career, it's great, you're done.
Did you think you would never come back to
I was
Mockingbird?
getting used to being retired.
Really?
I kind of loved being, you know, I mean, dodging sickness and the tragedy that the COVID thing.
And you have your family close by.
We were all
Michigan.
bubbled up.
Yeah.
So I kind of said, I could get used to this.
So why'd you come back?
It's the role of a lifetime. You're putting a lot of people back to work. The country's different, which means, and it's true, the audience is in a different place. They're not coming in to see the beloved book with the happy ending for white people. Mm-hmm. They're very aware of January 6th. They're very aware of racism. They're very aware of white blindness, white privilege, all of that, in a way that they weren't before when we did it. And you can feel it. I still love the closing argument of Atticus Finch and standing on the front of the Schubert Theater stage, the Carnegie Hall of Broadway, and just going, I get to do this again. I get to talk to this audience in a way that only Atticus Finch could, and they don't move. That doesn't happen in careers very often.
American Rust is on Showtime. It's a remarkable show. For you, what is this piece in your journey?
This is when you know you've made it, in my opinion. Because is it money? Is it fame? Is it what? It's when your agent says, well, we could do this, we could do that, we could do that. What do you want to do? Mm. And it was the first time I'd ever heard that. And I said, let's look at American Rust. Can
we do a lightning round just real fast? Weirdest thing about you?
Weirdest thing about me is that weirdest thing about me. The weirdest thing about me, I hate peanuts, but I love peanut butter.
You've been married more than 40 years.
Sounds right.
What's the secret?
Understanding that mansplaining is an actual disease and that the best treatment for it is to not speak and to know that you're probably wrong, you just don't know it yet. Once you understand that concept, life gets a lot more enjoyable.
I'm going to show that clip to my husband.
I'm just telling you, it's a real, and she goes, she starts to cut me off, and I'm going, I really just thought I was 2 sentences in, but she could see the novel that was coming.
Worst advice you ever got?
Don't do Dumb and Dumber.
best advice you ever got?
Best advice I ever got was my dad. Invest in yourself.
Jeff Daniels, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kate.
It's been a
Appreciate
pleasure
it.
to talk to you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.